I can't believe this crap, man. These cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer. Now you say you can rap. Well, I've listened to your record. Maybe go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Gun Cereal's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke some weed, but you smoke yourself stupid, boy. Get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
That means
if we have that title to your shit, we will take it.
Oh, come and take it, bitch.
All right. I want your money and I want your dignity, and I'm taking both.
To quote my good friend Artie, come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch.
Come and take it, bitch.
Spit in my face.
Take it, bitch.
Face.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
You're a fucking idiot.
She spit in my face.
Shot little thick dude.
A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audit. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it?" he asked her. "What? That's stupid," she sputtered. "You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there," DMA answered, holding his camera up. "If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge." She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. "A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy," DMA said. "It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here." "Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist." "Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on?" she asked, sarcastically wiping herself. "I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet," he lied as if there were a story. "No expectation of privacy in public," he reiterated. But I'm in a stall, she cried. Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom, DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy, because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while, the woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom. And that's a true story. Absolute true story.
Oh, man, I love that. That was great.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fill 'em up, kid. Oh my, oh baby, you down like a clown, getting funky like a monkey, acting kind of spunky. Hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the show on this beautiful Tuesday. We are here today. Thank you very much. Who's here today, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out. Number one was Highway Star. Yeah. Hello, Hez Ray and everyone in the morning. Time and temperature check is stormy, 49 degrees in Amarillo, Texas. Here's your happy dance. All right, as soon as I get this pulled up. All right, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Woo! Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Highway Star was first. Jaime Palmetto El Bay was second. There's no need to fear. Hezokuai and Jaime Palmetto El Bay and Ray is here. Good morning. Your Honor, Jaime Palmetto El Bay appearing on behalf of YouTube. All right. Welcome to the show. Great to see you. Then we got Cliff Hickson in the house. Wakey. Time to get up. We got Doc Leno here. Hello, everyone. Hello, Doc. How you doing? Great to see you. As always, Little Chihuahua, Big World, of course, and Highway Star, and Cynthia Carenshaw is here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Welcome to the show. Great to see you. Cool Clearwater. What's up, buddy? Great to have you here. Howdy, folks. Please hit that like button on the way in. That's what I'm talking about. Pack, ladies and gentlemen, the Aussie himself, Pack, is here. That's right. He hit the like button twice. No, wait, that doesn't work. That turns it off. Welcome, Pack. Good to see you again. Kate TZ is here. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Katie. Welcome to the show. Tongue-tied Jason Gunnerman. Cliff Hickson, what's up? Cool Clearwater, Little Chihuahua. Robert Thomas, good morning, Hez. Good morning to you, sir. Let's see. Highway Star, Little Chihuahua, Cool Clearwater. Zerzu, what's up, Zerzu Zequin? All right, hello, I'm here, but I have a lot to do today. Wanted to say hi. I had a lot of fun last night. Yes, last night I stopped into Uncle Artie's for a little bit, and Zerzu was there, and Cripple Cat. We had a lot of fun. Always fun over in Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity. Go check them out. Let's see, Little Chihuahua, Katie said, Zerzu, Cool Clearwater. Giggles is here. What's up? Great to see you, Giggles. Good to have you here. Let's see. David E. Persons. What's up, David? How's it going? Great to see you. Electra Glide 28. What's up? Hello. It was an awesome eclipse. Yeah, it was different. My kids, their school made it like this whole big thing, right? So they had to go out and they gave them all like the glasses to look through. And one of my daughters actually put her phone up to the glasses and filmed it, and she sent me the footage. That was pretty cool. But actually just being here outside, like you couldn't really tell. I mean, it's not like it got dark out. It just like, I don't know. It really, the thing is, I don't even think it was because of the eclipse or whatever, but the way that it was hyped up, like it was going to be like this major, like huge event, and it was an eclipse. Like eclipses happen sometimes, and it happened, and that's it. It's like the oceans didn't flood, the world didn't get driven into starvation, the electrical waves of the universe didn't stop working. I mean, like there was an eclipse. Okay, moon passed the sun. That's what happened. The shadow, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Little Highway Star. Rooster Cogburn is here. What's up, Rooster? Great to see you. Griffey is here. Another Australian. We got the Aussies, mate. That's right. We got Cliff Hickson, Cool Clearwater, Giggles, Electric Glide 28. And for now, it looks like that's it that's it for the moment. Oh, dear. Anyway, guys. It's Tuesday. Tuesday's the day that we usually just chill, hang out, talk about stuff, and generally stuff outside of, auditing thing and all that, and just talk about whatever comes up. When I was a kid, I remember building some contraption from a cardboard box and watched the shadow of an eclipse. We didn't have a fancy cardboard glasses. Yeah, that's the thing. There's all kinds of stuff online where they show you how you could build different things, like you said, like out of cardboard boxes or whatever, to be able to look at the sun during an eclipse. I'm checking to see if the heat's on because I'm hot in here, but the computer's telling me that it's only 49 outside. I don't know. But anyway, what I was going to say is, the whole Tuesday format was initially based on when Ray was my permanent co-host before she got really sick and, wasn't able to make it here all the time, that I would sit here and talk to her for 3 hours, and about whatever you guys wanted to talk about. But since she's not here today, I was thinking of doing more like an open panel kind of thing. And just putting a link in StreamYard and seeing or a link to StreamYard for you guys to see if some of you guys want to come up here and chat. That's an idea. Let me know what you think about that. Or if there's anything specific you want to hear me talk about, music, movies, pro wrestling, food, Godzilla, whatever. It's always taking at least one day a week off from the whole Frauditor nonsense. Lisa Alcazar's here. What's up, Lisa? Great to see you. Let's see. Frauditor fellows, who is Buckus and Peyton? Oh, Griffey. Dick Buckus is one of the greatest football players, American football players who ever lived, and Walter Payton is the greatest American football player who ever lived. They were both Chicago Bears, and they both, especially, Buckus was like the best at his position. He was a middle linebacker, and he was amazing. But Peyton, he was just great, period. He was a running back. But, you look up Walter Payton clips and see some of his runs, it blows your mind. And but he could pass, he could catch, he could run. He did it all, man. Peck, remember, for 18 months. All right. Saw Godzilla X Kong. It's okay. Yeah, I wasn't really. I'll probably take my kids to see it, but after Godzilla -1, it's like you got to work really hard to beat that, man. That movie, it's like the Godzilla X Kong is part of the what do they call it? It's like they have their own separate sort of like Godzilla universe in the American, versions of the Godzilla movies, and Kong X Godzilla is on that, in that world, in that universe. And those were the best Godzilla movies around. And then Toho came out with -1 last year and raised the Godzilla bar way higher than it's ever been. And now they're still maintaining where they were at, which was high compared to the Godzilla movies that came before it. But now that this one came out and it's all the way up here, these guys, I don't know, man. It's going to be, I don't know. Highway Star, that's why they called him Sweetness. Yes, Walter Payton's nickname was Sweetness. And she's not here to tell the story, but she has said it on the air before, so I'm assuming it's okay for me to relay it. Ray actually met Walter Payton once when she was a kid, and she said he was the nicest, coolest dude like ever. So yeah, everyone always calls him Sweetness because they said he was sweet, he was nice, he was always helpful to people, always a good guy. They said he was always pulling pranks on the other players and messing with them. But again, like, you watch him play, and the dude was absolutely phenomenal. So what do you guys think of my setup here? I got the voodoo doll and all that stuff back there. I got the guitar. See the guitar light? I got it actually plugged in where you guys can kind of sort of see it. This is the Batman pillow. And then I got my Bears stuff up on the wall. I figured I got sick of looking at that blank wall behind me. It just wasn't. What about Tom Brady? You're Australian. You don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Tom Brady didn't play for the Bears. Yeah, see, and you're Australian too, and even you know that. Love the Batman pillow. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, he was on the New England Patriots. Yeah. See, here's the thing. Have you seen The Fall Guy? No, I don't think so. Don't let any of your Wisconsin neighbors see the wall. Yeah. Well, this is in the window. This is my curtain. So anyone who passes by outside is going to see that through the window. But I'm far enough south in Wisconsin that there's still a lot of Chicago people here. You know, there's a good mix of Chicago and Green Bay people here. If I went further north, it would get to the point where I could get, beat up for having this stuff on my wall. Oh no. I had the same bedspread and pillows as a kid from the '89 Batman film. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. My bed sheets, I mean, it's under the blanket, so you can't see it anyway, but my bed sheets are bears too. No, but I just, like I said, I moved everything into here for the studio because I got sick of looking at that blank wall behind me. Oh yeah, the fridge. Let's see. I know the greatest team gave the '85 Bears their only love. Man, the Miami Dolphins, get out of here with that. No, yeah. What I wanted to do eventually, I don't yet, obviously, but what I wanted to do is the Bears have more retired jerseys than any other team. They have the maximum amount of jerseys you can retire and still have enough numbers to run a team. Buckus is retired. Peyton's retired. I have a Mike Ditka jersey. He's retired. I used to have a Gale Sayers jersey, but there's a story behind that. But I got a Brian Piccolo jersey. Jim McMahon, but his number's not retired. There's still number 9s. And Brian Urlacher, he didn't get his number retired either. Roger Starbuck. Oh. Yeah, see, Dick Butkus used to tackle Roger Starbuck for a living. He was great. Let's see. I'm not into Australian football, but I got into NFL in the early 90s. That's cool. The Bears went to the Super Bowl in the 90s. Yeah, I know they didn't win, but they were there. And it was very exciting because they opened with the opening kickoff getting run back for a touchdown for the Bears. And the halftime show was Prince. So it was still worth it. Gale Sayers. Yes, Robert Thomas. Absolutely. Another one of the best ever. See, that was it between like the 60s and 70s, or the 70s and 80s, going from Gale Sayers to Walter Payton, two of the best running backs, right, ever. Have the Bears won any Super Bowl? 1985. Are you kidding me? Griffey, you can see the whole game on YouTube. NFL's YouTube channel has the whole game posted. Watch the 1985 Super Bowl, and you will start to understand why those of us who watched it live when it happened are Bears fans for life, because they were so insanely good. And it's funny because just a couple years ago, because my son wanted to see it, he wasn't born when it happened. He wanted to see it. He always hears stories about it. And that's how I found out that they have the whole game on YouTube. So we looked it up. We sat there. We watched the whole game. And he was absolutely for me, because I saw it and sensed it, I've always heard all these people talking about the 85 Bears and their Super Bowl win was amazing and this and that, and they were so good. But going back and watching it again now, no matter how good anyone says they were, when you actually watch the game now, they were better. Like there's never been any amount of hype about how great that team was during that game, that when I would watch it now years later, it was even better than I remembered it. Like the Bears were so insanely dominant that game. It would be like, the Patriots would get the ball, boom, they tackle them, pick up the ball, go run it in for a touchdown on the defense. Patriots would get the ball, boom, 3 and out. Patriots would, boom, 3 and out. Bears score a touchdown. They 3 and out. Defense scores a touchdown. They get the ball, the defense scores a touchdown. Like, it was just insane. At one point, Walter Payton's throwing passes while running. I mean, it was an insane game. The fridge gets a touchdown. They give him the ball, and he just hops over like he didn't even know a dude that big could jump that high. It was insane. That whole game was nuts. It was beautiful, though. If you're a Bears fan, it was beautiful. It's almost pizza time. Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, back then watching that. And again, that was one of the things. 85 Bears was meant to be one of the best games. It was. Well, No, I see what you're saying. Because with a Super Bowl, people like a back and forth game. Like that's what they consider a good game because, like, yeah, as a Bears fan, I like watching the Bears dominate. And if you're a New England fan, then you didn't like watching them lose. But because the Super Bowl is national, right? They want it to be a back and forth game. That way, people who don't care about either team can enjoy watching the game because it's a cool battle going back and forth. But that 85 Bears, they didn't care. They just plowed over the Patriots like they weren't even there. It was crazy. That was a long time ago. I'd say 30 years. And because you're asking if the Bears ever won a Super Bowl, the thing is that when you look at the history of the NFL, in the old days, well, there still are two divisions, but they were completely separate. So you had the NFC, which was the National Football Conference, and then the AFC, which is the American Football Conference. Now, the NFC has been around since the 1920s. It started when there was this team called the Bears, or the Decatur Staleys is what they were called at the time. They changed their name to the Bears. They were one of the first teams ever invented. They needed someone to play, so that's where the Green Bay Packers came from, and then the Vikings and the Cardinals, which are Arizona now, but at the time they were the other Chicago team. That was like, that's what professional football was. It was invented here in the 1920s or in 1920. The Bears were one of the very first teams that ever existed. Hi, me Palmetto Bay for $2. News Now Voodoo snuck in your house into my house in snack time. Oh, wait a minute. Snuck from your house to my house, snack time. All right. Thank you so much for the $2. Here's your happy dance. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love it. I don't like reggae. I love it. Okay, that reminded me of something. But real quick before I get back to my story, me just singing that line about reggae, made me remember. It made me think of reggae music, which made me think of Bob Marley, which made me remember something my daughter said to me yesterday, which I still don't know how to feel about it. Because she said, like, she wants to get a tattoo someday. And I'm like, a tattoo of what? And, like, because she's my daughter, I'm like, whatever. Like, get a tattoo. What do you want a tattoo for? First of all, you're not old enough to get a tattoo. But what do you want a tattoo of? She said, I want the lyrics to Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. The whole song? No, just the chorus. And I'm like, well, how do you say no? I mean, it's like, obviously, you're too young, you can't get a tattoo. No, that's not happening. But it's like, well, I mean, it's not. Like, it's Bob Marley lyrics. It's three little birds perched on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Baby, don't worry about a thing. Anyway, great stuff. So anyway, I was explaining to Griffey, because he's from Australia, a little bit about the history of the NFL and why, because he asked, like, have the Bears ever won a Super Bowl? Well, they won one, and a lot of people that don't like the Bears like to say that they've only been in two and they only won one. So why do you think they're so great? But I was saying, back when the NFC and the AFC were two completely separate things, and especially in the beginning, before the AFC even existed, the NFC was professional football. The Bears were one of the most dominant teams. In fact, the NFC championship game, there was no such thing as a Super Bowl yet. There was the NFC championship game and the AFC championship game. There was an NFC championship game that, to this day, the record stands as the highest scoring blowout ever, where the Chicago Bears beat the Washington Redskins 72-0. So they were and the Packers, it's one of the reasons why their rivalry is so intense. They were the two most dominant teams like forever. Then arguments started happening more and more and more over the years, whether the NFC or the AFC were actually the better football division. So someone somewhere came up with this idea, hey, why don't we have the NFC champion play the AFC champion in a game to see who the ultimate champion is? We'll call it the Super Bowl. And that's how the Super Bowl started. So the Super Bowl is relatively new, considering the fact that football's been around for 104 years, professional football. So within that time, as far as the Super Bowl goes, the Bears have only been in it twice and only won it once. But when you look at the entire history of football, they've been around doing this forever. You should watch a man's sport, rugby. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't like watching people get beat to death as a sport. No, they changed their name to the Washington Commanders. The Washington Redskins were my brother's team. Are they even called it? Nope, they're called the Washington Commanders now. Texas rugby sucks. And is the winner of the Super Bowl the world champion? Well, that's the thing. It's like the NFC champion every year is the NFC championship. They get a prize, they get a ring, they get a trophy, they get everything that goes with it. And the AFC champion is the AFC champion every year. And they get their awards and their stuff and all that. But then the two play each other in the Super Bowl. So then you are the Super Bowl champion. So that's how they break it down. They're called technically the Super Bowl champion. And that's it, you know. That's just how they break it down. Break it down. Break it down. Hezokuai acts like a clown to entertain y'all. Because why not? Damn it, I just act the way I act. I can't help who I am. Nice. It's raining now, and the computer on my truck is fouling out. Oh, no, Highway Star. Well, you know, stay safe out there. That's the most important part. Yeah, so what do you guys want to talk about? It's Tuesday. Tuesday's hangout and talk day, chat day. What do you guys want to chat about? We were talking about football because I got my stuff up on the wall. Talking about football because I got my stuff up on the wall. Yeah, football. Super Bowl, worst comic character ever. There's a comic book character. What was his name? Nightman's Wife, what's up? There were only 2 comic books that he was ever in. He was a villain. I'm trying to remember his name. It was like Mr. Snow or something. But it was back in the 80s. And again, there were only like 2 issues of a comic book ever that he was in that I'm aware of. I can't remember his name. I think it was like Dr. Snow or Mr. Snow or something. But his power was he was a villain, and his superpower was this is real. You can look this up. I gotta remember what he was called, but you can look it up. This was a real comic book character back in the day. He was a villain, and his power was he did so much coke that he got so jacked up that he could beat up superheroes. Like he was super. Yeah, the 80s were a different time, man. Can we talk about this Bulls in the 90s now? Have you watched the discourses in The Last Dance? The docuseries, The Last Dance. That's another thing you guys have to remember now that I'm on my laptop and not my regular computer. I have to to read your. I'm like, what? What did they say? No, I didn't watch The Last Dance, but the Bulls in the 90s were so dominant, so insanely good. And just even like I was never like a major basketball guy, but watching that team, especially Jordan, and some of the stuff he was doing, it seemed inhuman to me. I mean, I wasn't a Celtics fan, so I wasn't watching Bird before that. The only real basketball I'd ever watched before that was the Harlem Globetrotters. And they do nothing but tricks, but obviously it's a show. They're doing tricks because that's what they're doing. It isn't about the game. but actually watching a real game and seeing these crazy shots where like they're running and going behind their back and making no look passes and, you know, doing all the things that I had never seen before. It was, and then they just kept winning and winning and winning. It was amazing. And then, you know, Michael Jordan leaves, goes to play baseball, comes back a little while later, and you're like, oh man, this guy, you know, he hasn't been around. And then he just comes and dominates again. Oh man. You got to watch The Last Dance. I don't even like the sports ball, but I couldn't turn it off. It was so good. That's awesome. I have to jump in the shower, Jason Gutterman, and I'll be listening. Have physical therapy at 10. Oh, well, Nightman's wife, definitely. We love our worker lurkers and our shower lurkers and anyone else. If you want to keep the show on, please. You know, there's been many people who told me they listen while they're at work or while they're driving, you know, just listen in their car. Why not? Jordan sucked as a baseball player. Yes, but what's cool is he had a sense of humor about it. If you remember in the original Space Jam movie, he actually made fun of himself being a baseball player and how bad he was at it. So at least he had a sense of humor about it, which is cool. I like that. I appreciate it. Isn't that superhero just Chili? Graham. That's funny. Oh, you mean Chili DeCastro? That superhero you were talking about? It was a super villain, not a hero. Now I want to look him up. What was his name? Snowflame. That was his name. Snowflame. Yeah. Yep. Oh man. Anyway, is Chili still in the hole, or is Roy? Oh man. Peck says baseball sucks, but I used to play fantasy league in the NFL. We'd buy and trade people. Yeah, I don't know. Baseball is the thing is baseball is something that like I don't really sit and watch games that I'm too often. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I get it. And especially like my kids, you know, having kids, like going out and playing baseball with them is so fun. You know, it's just because it's not a contact sport, you know, so nobody's getting beat up. They only get hurt if they fall, like if they're trying to run and slide or something, or, you know, if they accidentally get hit with a ball or whatever. Obviously, you know, stuff like that can happen when you're out playing anyway. But, you know, just an excuse to get some exercise, but it's not like crazy kind of exercise because you're standing around a lot until it's your time to run, you know, run and try to catch the ball and then try to, I mean, you know, as far as actually doing it, baseball's a blast to play. Wait a minute. Hart is on tour. You know what? I just saw this. I had no idea that this still existed at all. But I just saw yesterday a video of a recent show from Casey and the Sunshine Band. I had no idea that Casey was even still alive, let alone still on tour. Holy crap. Heart 2024 with Cheap Trick and Bachman Turner Overdrive. Wow. That's actually probably going to be a pretty great show. Baseball hits different when you're drinking old style. Well, yeah, that was it, right? You go to the baseball park, you'd get a couple of beers, you get your hot dogs over by there, and you put a little bit of the mustard and the pickle relish and the onions and maybe a pickle, some tomatoes, some celery salt on top of there. And, you know, you get, well, I mean, okay, so going to the stadium to watch the game, yeah, right? You're just going to get your mustard. But you get your hot dog, you get your old style, you drink your beers, and you watch the game, and it's a good time. Good morning, Kingston 2000. What's up? Oh, by the way, Katie, Did you hear about what Heinz is doing? This is real. They're starting to put Heinz ketchup as a publicity stunt. Is starting to put, this is serious. You could look this up. This is real. They're starting to put, it's a publicity stunt that Heinz is doing. They're putting free ketchup kiosks outside of Chicago hot dog joints that don't have ketchup, that don't put ketchup on their hot dogs. They're specifically building these things where you could just dispense free ketchup. Anyone could just walk up to it and just get your ketchup. And they're putting it in front of Chicago hot dog joints that don't put ketchup on their hot dogs. What is ketchup? It's tomato sauce. Basically, it's tomatoes and vinegar, salt and sugar, corn syrup and starch, and yellow number 5 and red dye number 18 and synthetic man-made suchima, puchima, guchima, duchima, scuchima, like 14 paragraph line long chemicals. Hez is bloody. It's bloody tomato sauce. Peck, I like mustard. Yes. You put mustard on a hot dog. Yes. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. No, not unless you're a child. Victoria, what's up? Or Victor. I'm reading fast. My eyes. That's the second time I did that to you, Victor. I apologize. Victor Childress, good morning, Hez. Good morning, Victor. I'm so sorry about that. That's twice now. Read. See, I got to change the settings on here to make my text and everything bigger, you know. Aussie tomato sauce is different from ketchup. Well, yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, the tomato sauce you put on pasta. You don't just pour ketchup on your pasta, you know. It's tastes different. It's not the same. Mustard on a chili dog? All right. I mean, I've never tried it, but barbecue sauce and mustard. Yeah. Again, the classic Chicago hot dog is you got your mustard, your relish, your onions, a pickle. Sometimes I'll put actual cucumber slices. Sometimes I'll put tomatoes and celery salt, and it has to be on a poppy seed bun. But here's the thing, and this is like going back to the putting ketchup on a hot dog thing. Like, the kids obviously always do it, but like dollar store hot dogs, like dogs that aren't, you know, good cuts of meat in them, just whatever leftover stuff they had, they stuff in a sausage casing and call it a hot dog. Donna Ray, what's up? Mayo on a hot dog? Hey, why not? I don't know. I never tried that either. But anyway, that's part of the thing with the not wanting ketchup on a hot dog. In Chicago, you go to a good Chicago hot dog stand, right? Your hot dog is either going to be a Vienna beef brand or a Best Kosher. You know, it's going to be a good, high quality hot dog. And when you put ketchup all over it, you're kind of just ruining the flavor. Like, all you taste is the vinegar and the salt and not the hot dog. So it's kind of pointless. I need to get a roast beef sandwich and wait. Katie Zed said, I need to get a roast beef sandwich and a pizza puff when I visit Chicago later this year. Oh, yeah. Chicago roast beef sandwiches are amazing. In fact, I think that there was an episode of MASH where the entire episode was based on Hawkeye. Just he got a taste for a Chicago beef, and he knows there's nothing in the world like a Chicago beef. So he started making phone calls, trying to get a case of Chicago beef. He'll pay for it. He doesn't care, no matter what it costs. He wanted a case of Chicago beef sandwiches shipped over to Korea for them to eat. And like the whole episode was about him trying to do that. It was pretty cool. Yes, I agree. Same with pepperoni on pizza. Yep. Hot dog tip: mix ketchup and mustard and fried onions, and then put it on the hot dog. Okay, some people do that. The fried onions, I don't mind. I like sauteed onions. In fact, one of my favorite hamburgers from a local Chicago hot dog joint is called the Big Baby. And what the Big Baby is it's 2 patties with cheese, topped with mustard, ketchup, and sauteed onions and pickles. Oh, I love sauteed onions so much. They're so good. Cheese dogs are good. I like it when they put so much cheese on the hot dog that you can dip your fries in the cheese and then still have cheese on the dog. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm not going to take you're from the UK, Graham, so okay. I was going to say I'm not going to take any food tips from anyone from Australia because they think Vegemite tastes good. Pimento cheese on a burger or fried bologna. Oh, fried bologna. Oh, that's so good with the sauteed onions. My favorite way to make bologna is you fry it with onions, and then you put the bologna in the sauteed onions, and then with ketchup, just a little bit of ketchup, and on toast. It has to be toast, not just raw toast. There is no bread. There's just raw toast. Hez, did you take the Vegemite with you? No, it's still in Florida. I forgot the Vegemite. I forgot to bring the Vegemite. Oh, man. Yes, good old Hawkeye. It's on MeTV back to back from 6 to 8 after back to back Adam 12. Oh, yes, awesome. MeTV is great. Svengoolie is on MeTV. Love Svengoolie. I met him once. Great guy. He's really cool. Really genuinely funny guy. I'll send you a new one. No. Eventually, I got to go back to Florida to pick up my stuff. I need my real computer. When I first had this idea, I'll just bring my laptop so I can do this. I can obviously do this because here I am. But I'm trying behind the scenes. I'm trying to actually, make videos, just regular videos, regular content. And it's just not working out very well on this computer. It's happening, but it was already a slow process on the computer I had. But here, it's like a freaking nightmare. I've been just starting to try working on stuff, and the headaches abound. But to be fair, yesterday was the first day where my kids are back at school, and so now they're going to be in school. They're back in school, so today's going to be just the second day that I'm not going to have them around. So I guess that will open up some more time for me to try and work out some of the bugs with what I got going here. Kind of like how I was able to set everything up and finally have a set today, because yesterday I didn't have that many distractions, although I did spend several hours on the phone with my daughter because, again, that was the whole point of me coming back here, was to be closer to my kids again. And so she calls me on the phone. It was great. It was beautiful, wonderful talking to her for so long and reconnecting like that, after a while. But I mean, it's not like we were disconnected, but like when I was in Florida, we'd talk once in a while, whatever. And, I'd come up and visit them, this and that. But then yesterday, it's like, you're back. They were here for a while. The boys were here my youngest son was here the whole week. And then my older son was here for a couple of days, and my daughters came to visit a couple times, But then, so now I'm back. Dad's back. So what am I going to do? He lives 5 minutes from the house. What am I going to do? I'm going to call him on the telephone and talk to him for 4 hours. Great. That's beautiful. That's great. But I'm here now. And the way it was beautiful. It was great. I love talking to her. I love that kid. I love all my kids. And that's what I'm here for, right? To get back with my children. So that's great. We don't have bologna in Australia. Well, you're not missing anything, Pack. I mean, like I said, there's a way that I like to prepare bologna, that I like to eat it. But the reality is, when I buy bologna, it's usually because a big thing of bologna and a loaf of bread can last you a decent amount of time. It's not like it's going to last you, a whole month or whatever, but that'll give you enough sandwiches to get by for probably the least amount of money you could spend on that amount of groceries, just a loaf of bread and a pack of bologna because there's so damn much bologna in a pack of bologna. It's just a flat hot dog. Beef bologna is awesome. Well, why would you eat anything that wasn't beef? I mean, bologna. You need to put the Vegemite on the bologna. There you go. Sounds like a bunch of bologna to me. Sounds like this is a quote from a movie. I don't remember the name of the movie. I know that they actually played a clip of it in the movie Head, but the movie that it was a clip of, I don't remember, but it was Bela Lugosi talking to, somebody or whatever. Maybe it was Bride of the Monster. No, maybe. Anyway, somebody's like, oh, this sounds like a bunch of supernatural baloney to me. And then Bela Lugosi goes, supernatural, perhaps. Baloney, perhaps not. Oh, I love that quote. I was trying to avoid saying it, but I haven't been able to eat bologna or hot dogs for about a decade. Well, that's unless I want to spend that much time on the toilet. Oh, no, I'm sorry, man. Sorry to hear that, Zerzu. Hey, the only divan that I know is a delusional softset. Oh, man. See, well, getting back to Zerzu, for those of you who didn't see it yesterday, on Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity last night, I was there, Zuzu was there, Cripple Cat was there, of course, Uncle Artie was there. But we were showing clips from Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind with his, because this was after, obviously, because it was last night, this was after the eclipse. And we were watching a video he did a while ago talking about his predictions for what was going to happen during the eclipse. And he was going so far off the rails. I mean, wow. He was talking about, like, at one point he actually said, like, I don't know, man. I think the people in charge are just going to, like, press the buttons that make earthquakes happen, and so that they could say, oh, there was an earthquake. And it said, whoa, wait, stop. You just brushed over the fact that you said that you believe that there are people somewhere that have a button that just makes earthquakes happen. Oh, the black cat. The black cat. Thank you, Scott Emo. Thank you. That's, yes. All right. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. You said is what I'd really like to be. Because if I was an Oscar Mayer wiener, then everyone would be in love with me. All right. Yes. Oh, yes, that's awesome. Now, when I was a kid, like, because I was listening to a lot of, like Weird Al and stuff, so I would always think of, different lyrics for songs, but mine were always bad. I don't know why. I just thought of things that rhymed. And then, okay, so I have GERD, right? And I get sore throats a lot from it. Like, I got to take, acid control, reflux medicine, whatever. But I mean, that's been going on forever. So when I was young, I was thinking about my throat, and I rewrote the song and I made the lyrics. I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. Yes, that's what I would really like to be. Because if I was an Oscar Mayer wiener, I wouldn't need a tracheotomy, which obviously is horrible, but that's what I came up with. Hot Dogs, my weenie man, owns a weenie stand, and he sells almost everything from hot dogs on down. How down, like below hot dogs, fried bologna sandwiches, or anyway, let's not get into that. Griffey, see you, mate. Oh, Griffey had to go to bed. All right, off to bed. Good night, Griffey. Always great to have you here. And always a good time We love our Aussie fans here at the Hezokuai Morning Frauditor Follies Rise and Shine with Hezokuai Show. That's right, brought to you by me at this point. And of course, let's well, since we're going to do plugging and banners, why not throw this up here? I never, I very rarely put this up, but there it is. Oh no, he's here. Hold on a second. I just realized I got this on backwards. Hold on. Oh. Hey, Artie, Uncle Artie is so nasty and so farty. You should have heard him last night. He was farting so much. There you are. Pay for the dehydration. Dihydrogen monoxide you drank last night. Hey, man, listen, you owe me because I never got compensation for those bullets that I spent money on that I put into your jukebox. I don't owe you for shooting up the jukebox. You owe me for the money I wasted on the bullets I used to shoot it up. Oh, man. Hello, Uncle Artie. Welcome to the show. Great to see you as always. We were just talking about you a little bit about how last night, we were going through the thing with Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind, talking about how the Illuminati control the weather and create earthquakes and all that. That was Cripple Cat that kept farting. You was a happy dance. All right, I can do that. I can do that. For you, yeah, I can do it. Hold on. All right, yes. All right. It's good to have Uncle Artie here, isn't it? Ooh, that was loud. Man, I got to figure out a way to make that one quieter. There you go. All right. That's the other thing he was saying is that the Ironton Auditor here. Yeah, what's up, Ironton? Great to see you. Heading out to start my day. Just wanted to say, hey, if other follies, hit that like button. Have a great day, everyone. All right. Thank you, Ironton, for coming to visit. As always, great to see you. Let's see. Do a happy dance for Ray Ray. You will wear a couple. Absolutely. I will be more than happy to do that for her. Anything for her. Let's see. All right. Okay, yes. Speaking of which, what time is it? Okay, it's not time for the cupcake dance yet. We still got a while. Oh my goodness. Diamond's wife, Florida Jim. Who else is here? Did you say his name 3 times? Oh no, Uncle Artie. He shows up. No. He knew we were talking about him. I'll tell you what, it's kind of scary sometimes. The way these things happen. I've been seeing more and more and more of it. And the more I look for it, the more I start to see it. And it's like, I know that coincidences happen. I know that that's a thing, but I also know that it's not a coincidence that if I'm here and I'm talking and I say something about, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the most recent example where it actually happened. I was talking to somebody about something. I was talking to one of my kids about something. I can't remember what specifically it was we were talking about, but the next day, my phone, I was getting blasted with ads for that thing that we were talking about. It's like, it's getting to a point now where like that, like I mentioned Uncle Artie, and I mean, I know this, but with the way these programs and the technology is working now, it's like somebody said my name. Let me go on this chat and find out what's going on. Like, it just seems like everyone finds out everything immediately. It's kind of crazy how it works. Oh no, that's right. I'm getting into the conspiracy theories I'm going to get my tinfoil hat. I'm going to decide that the world is flat. There's a anyway, that just reminds me of there's a band called Clown Core, and they have a song called Earth, and the lyrics are, "The earth is flat because you are fat, and I like CWD positive meat." Which is not good for you. Yeah, it's listening to you. That's right, Donna Ray. It absolutely is. There is something in it beyond coincidence. Yes. And on one new, I haven't seen you in a while. What's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome. The world is flat when you're laying down, right? Well, that's they showed a picture yesterday. It was great. It was, well, Artie had Uncle Artie, I think it was the one who pulled it up, had a picture of the eclipse, and from the flat Earth perspective. So it was the moon, and it had a shadow that was just a straight line across it. And then Zerzu came back and he's like, I have an actual much higher quality image of the same picture. So then Zerzu pulled up a picture of the eclipse, but it was the moon with a straight line across it with 2 elephants and a turtle, because we're just floating on the back of a giant turtle in the sea of the universe, like whatever. But yeah, these conspiracy theory nuts, man, like sometimes you almost, I have to think like they can't actually be serious, right? It's like an ultimate form of trolling, right? It like, I don't know, is it really possible to be that stupid? You don't believe in gravity? You don't believe in the moon, or it like, it's like, have a rock and let go of it. Does it float? No, it falls. Why? Gravity. No, it's because something is pushing it down. Because the electromagnetic pulse, like light, photons bouncing. Like, what are you talking about? I've heard some of them say that it's because the flat Earth is moving like this, like going up through space, like constantly moving like this, like, you know, like the G-force. Like if you're, like when I was a kid, we used to go to Great America and they had this ride where you would just stand in this thing and the wall, you'd stand against the wall and the whole thing would spin around until it was spinning so fast that you would stick to the wall and then the floor would drop out from under you. And you'd be standing stuck to the wall from the centrifugal force of the thing spinning, holding you down against the wall. So like, I've actually heard some flat earthers say that gravity is that effect of the centrifugal force pushing down on us from the planet being going up so fast nonstop forever. Like, and that's why there's gravity. Like, you big dumb dummies. I can't get behind flat Earth. Well, that's the thing. It's and the one question that keeps coming up and always comes up and came up last night over and over again. And you ask any flat earther this, and they can never give you any kind of a logical explanation. Let's say that what you're saying is true, that there's this huge conspiracy that the entire world is in on, and not one person ever actually let the cat out of the bag. And I pointed out yesterday, like when the Soviet Union and the United States at the height of the Cold War were in the space race, and the USSR was the first one to get into space, they hated us at the time. They were against us at the time. If we were lying about the Earth being round, why wouldn't they have exposed us and exposed our lie and showed their pictures that they took from space to prove that it's flat? They didn't, because it's not. But anyway, give them that. Talk to a flat earther and give them that what they're saying is true. And then say, but why? Why would the entire planet be in on this conspiracy to convince everyone that the world is round? Why do they do it? Guys, explain it to me. Why? There's no reason. They might say something about like, Well, because religion. What does religion have to do with it? Well, like none of their. It doesn't make. It's like talking to a sovereign citizen. Oh yeah, or a frauditor. Yeah, look at that. The irony is, I was waking up to a lecture on velocity and size. They are so full of it. Yes, they are. If the earth's not flat, why don't we all just fall off? Anastasia Beaverhausen's here. What's up, Anastasia? Good to see you. VW Sniper is here. Oh, he likes taking out them Volkswagens. WV Sniper. I know, I read it. There's a congressman that thinks that Guam will flip over into the ocean if too many people gather. Yeah, I saw that. That was famous. Billy Yank for $5. What's up? Thank you so much. Don't believe the lies of the empire. The Death Star is flat. Thank you so much for the 5 years. You're happy there. All right. Thank you so much. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Billy. Oh, Billy Yank, huge support of the channel. We love Billy Yank. Thank you so much. Let's see, Florida Jam Grant from the Grant and Bob Show. Oh my goodness. So the Death Star is flat. The place I grew up had Fairchild and Grumman and many that worked on them. The moonlight. Okay. The Apollo mission was not done on a Hollywood soundstage. Well, the whole moon landing was faked thing is also ridiculous, you know. And the idea, the conspiracy theory about the fake moon landing that really gets me isn't the moon landing was faked in and of itself, or that it was Stanley Kubrick who did it. The part of that whole conspiracy theory that really gets me is that The Shining was Stanley Kubrick's confession that he's the one that faked the moon landing, because at one point Danny has an Apollo 11 sweater on. Oh, people are dumb. But I'll tell you the one thing about that particular conspiracy theory that is what I like about it is that really illustrates how amazing 2001: A Space Odyssey is. Even if you don't like that movie or you've never seen it or you just think it's boring or whatever, the fact that the special effects in a movie almost 10 years before Star Wars, which those special effects needed to be cleaned up, the fact that they took the original print of 2001: A Space Odyssey without any digital cleaning up or anything and transferred that directly into 4K, and when they're in space, it looks like they're actually in space for real, even now. Like, I could see how those special effects were so freaking good that, but to me, like, that doesn't speak to a conspiracy theory about the moon landing. That speaks to how dang good Stanley Kubrick actually was. And he was. Room 237 is part of the conspiracy also. Yeah, there's a documentary called Room 237 that the whole movie, it's a documentary about all the different conspiracy theories around the movie The Shining. And there are a ton of them. There are tons. And the thing is, it all started because this is my theory on it, based on my knowledge of, you know, Stanley Kubrick's work and his films. And, you know, like, I was really into Kubrick, especially like when I was in college. I would literally study his movies, study his everything, his interviews. Like, I was a big Kubrick nut. So based on all of that, my theory is that he did intentionally make the Overlook Hotel illogical. Like the physical layout of the sets and the way they were built and the way he filmed them was set up in a way that doesn't make sense if you think about it. I think he did do that intentionally. One, to mirror the maze outside that he added. And two, it's one of the many things he did to make the audience subconsciously uncomfortable. Like half of the movie, you know, you don't have monsters jumping around and crazy. You just have Danny riding around the hotel and you got Jack walking around the hotel. But the audience sitting there watching, you just don't, it doesn't feel right. It's building up to just something just doesn't feel right. But you don't know what it is because intentionally, like with the camera angles and the sets and the way they were built and everything was to kind of discombobulate and confuse you, but you don't know why. You don't know what it is that isn't right? So I do believe he did that on purpose. But I think what happened was when people studying the film The Shining found that, like, wait a minute, if you watch this, the Overlook Hotel, like they walk into this room that's an interior room, but there's a window to outside, which is physically impossible. And then they walk in this door that's on this side of the hotel, but when they walk out the door, it's on the other side of the hotel. Like all these little things that people started noticing, and they're like, they didn't see it like the way I see it, where it's like, oh yeah, he's doing that to sort of add to there's something creepy about this place. No, that was the basis on which they started building these conspiracy theories about he faked the moon landing, he did this, he did that, and he's trying to hint at it through all this stuff he put in The Shining. And it's like, no, he did that stuff to creep people out while they're watching it. Because it's supposed to be a scary film. It's a creepy film. It's got a lot of suspense. Oh, he was a genius in creating all that. So much so that people started digging and finding all this other stuff that isn't there. But again, some of the theories on The Shining are actually, I think, spot on. But like the whole moon landing thing is just ridiculous to me. The Australian chocolate, the Milo. You sent me a can of Milo. That I wanted to bring with me, and I'm upset that I didn't. That's still in Florida, but I'm definitely going to grab it when I go back there. Anastasia, I like his movies, but the way he treated actors is problematic. Okay, Anastasia, here's the thing. Yeah, I can't argue that. I can't argue that. Hitchcock, too, right? They both had reputations of being kind of not entirely, like, look, what did Hitchcock say? Treat actors like cattle. He's proud of it. Go do the thing. That's why there are so many Hitchcock movies where you see the same actors popping up, especially like his favorites were Cary Grant and Jimmy Stewart, because they were the kind of actors where it would be like, you're rehearsing, you'd set everything up, you'd spend all this time setting up the shots and the camera, especially someone like Kubrick or Hitchcock, right? You're spending maybe weeks just setting up a shot, just figuring exactly where the light's going to be, exactly where the camera's going to be, exactly what kind of lenses you're going to use, exactly what kind of film stock you're going to put in there, exactly what the f-stop's going to be set at. You're spending weeks setting all this up, and then the actors show up, and you're arguing about character motivation, and they're not remembering their line. But if it was Cary Grant or Jimmy Stewart, they'd show up, and they'd get there and they'd be like, hey, Mr. Hitchcock, how you doing? Oh, good. Hey, what's up? All right, action. Nail it. One take. All right, good. Next. That's why he loved working with those guys. They would know the other actors' lines better than the other actors knew them. I can't say enough about how much Jimmy Stewart and Cary Grant were amazing. But yeah, they weren't always really nice. It doesn't allow you to do a super chat. What are you talking about? I got some super chats today already. Well, hey, if you want to support the channel, right here on the scroll, I got my Cash App and my PayPal. Um, I just put that up earlier. Ah, dang it. See, and that's another thing too. Like it's weird because I always feel weird. Like, I don't want to be this guy that's, because people always talk about, oh, these people are always going up there e-begging and this and that and the other thing. And it's like, I never want to like ask for that kind of stuff or whatever, but I always see everybody always has their Cash App and their PayPal always just there on the screen. It's always just there, and I never do that. So I'm like, well, I have it on the scroll. It's been here. I've had it here this is an old scroll. I've had it forever. I'm like, what does it hurt to just have it on there? If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you do it, you do it. And whatever it is, it don't matter to me. Because all I know for sure is that hot dogs in Chicago are really good. Speaking of food, for those of you who missed it, I was telling the story how when I used to live in Wisconsin, I had a job. Well, of course, I've had a lot of jobs over the years, but I had one particular job where I was working at this, I guess you'd call it a bodega in Kenosha here. And I was working at this place, and there was this taco joint, just a local taco joint. And I mentioned it yesterday, but since we were talking about food again, that was my favorite place to go for lunch when I was working at this bodega, right? And I would just go there, during lunch, and I'd pick up a bunch of tacos, and that's what we'd have for lunch every day. And so the other day I'm here, and I want to, I just moved in here. I don't even know the neighborhood. I've never been in this neighborhood as far as I knew. I'd never been in this neighborhood before. I don't know this area. So I took my son for a walk because it was nice out. So we decided to go for a walk to explore the neighborhood. And I found out that my favorite taco joint from back in the day is right down the street. It's in walking distance. It's right there. So lots of good stuff. I always get just the regular standard tacos, which is a corn tortilla with the cilantro and onion, and that's it. And the hot sauce they give you on the side is the hottest hot sauce that ever hotted a sauce. I mean, I can't say it's the hottest hot sauce that exists on earth. I don't know. They just put it in these little plastic containers and throw it in there with you, and limes. And they give you limes to squeeze on top, like fresh slices of lime to squeeze on top of your tacos too. But they just put a little cup of sauce. I don't know if they make their own or if it's a brand that they use or whatever. But all I know is if I put too much, I love it. I love their sauce. It's so good. But if I put just a drop too much on my taco, I'll start crying. My nose will start running. The stuff is so hot. It's whoa, but I love it. Hez doesn't need funding. He could sell those jerseys if he needs money. Yeah, right. I have been working on trying to sell some of my old comic books. I had one on eBay last month, and it sold. So that helped. That helped with my moving expenses. Actually, I was thinking about selling some more of them because the guy I sold it to gave me all these positive reviews. So now I'm thinking, well, if I tried to sell another one, other people who are interested in comic books will see that this guy's talking about how great the comic I sent him was. So I don't know. I might do that. When I lived in Kenosha, I shopped at Woodman's. Unbelievable experience, and the cheese on my cheese selections. Wow, that actually was the first thing that happened when I got here. Because I have a storage unit out here, which I need to get back to, and I got to get everything out of it because now that I'm back here, there's no point for me to keep paying the storage unit to hold a bunch of stuff. But I don't have a car out here, so I don't have a way to get the stuff. I can't bring, all that on a bus. I'm going to have to rent like a van or something. But anyway, the first thing I did was I had my uncle take me to the storage unit for me to pick up a little bit of stuff I do have here, like the jerseys and, whatever, my guitars, some other stuff. And I also told him I needed to go shopping. I need groceries. I need food while I'm here. He took me to Woodman's. That's where I went and did my first shopping here. And yes, Woodman's is insane. that place is like, I mean, I don't know, like you have to go, you have to be in there. You have to understand because like, oh, it's a grocery store. They got a lot of groceries. Okay. No, you don't understand. They got a lot of groceries. Like this place has everything. Woodman's is insane. And there's a White Castle right across the street. Woohoo! Yes. Oh my goodness gracious me. Here we go, baby. Round of applause for White Castle. I think it's time for the cupcake happy dance. All right. Oh, wait, this one. Okay. Olay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. 3 cheers for cupcake, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Let's see. I used to shop at, right. Oh, there she is. Olay. All right. Hey, great to see you. All right. We love you. Absolutely. Great to see you here. Anastasia. Olay. All right. That's what I'm talking about. There's now enemies in the house. What's up? Dancing cupcake dance. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man, I love you guys. Love you too. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, and now that I'm back up here, you know, hey, I'm still about 3 hours away from her, but obviously being in Florida, you know, that's a big difference. So, you know, who knows? Maybe we can hang out again, do some more footage. We got to like audit something. That would be hilarious. Good morning, everyone in chat. Good morning, Edward. Good to see you. Great to have you here. All right. Also, you know what? About like all this travel and everything that's been going on. I also want to say again and reiterate to everyone. I became so laser focused once I was approved for this apartment because again, the whole time over years. Well, I realistically about 1.5 years because when I first went down there, the plan was for me to go down there for about 6 months, right? So that's half a year. So out of the 2 years I was gone, the first 6 months, so 1.5 years. But then when I first came back after 6 months, my ex basically just gave me the boys and said, take them back to Florida with you. Look, what? I thought I was coming back here for good, but instead I'm taking them with me to Florida. So I took them down there and they were with me there for a few months. But then eventually, because we were in a 55 plus only community, eventually I had to send the boys back home. So I brought them back here. So probably realistically, it's been about 1 year that I've been just constantly filling out applications for places out here, constantly trying to get a place out here, trying to get a place out here, trying to get a place out here. So this place where I'm at right now, finally, I got approved. Like, hey, you can move in, just, you know, give me the down payment and move in, and that's it. And it was like, whoa, like, yes. You know, I got so excited that I finally was approved for a place that I didn't want to lose it. That's why all of this happened the way it did. And I wanted to get it done, and I wanted to get it done fast because I was finally approved for a place. I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to blow my opportunity to finally get back home and get close to my kids again. You know, that was my main priority. So I became so completely and totally laser focused on doing that was the only thing I was really concentrating on. Yeah, I was doing the show still because this is what I do. Yeah, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. But the point is, I know that I didn't have an opportunity before that because I wasn't thinking about it to mail anything out to anyone yet. So I still have things like if Doc Leno's still watching, where's Lil they're in school. They're in school right now. Yeah, they're in school right now. He was here when they were on spring break. My first week here happened to be the same week that they were on spring break. Again, another distraction where I didn't have a lot of time. But like what I was saying about mailing stuff, like I still have Doc Leno's book here. You know, I got it. It's not like I don't have it and I'm intentionally not giving it. I got it. but I didn't send it yet. I didn't send anything yet because I haven't mailed anything yet because I was so focused on everything else because I still got a couple of prizes from the last monthly drawing that I haven't sent out yet. So again, just reminding everyone that I am aware. I do have everything set up and ready. It's just I have to get the opportunity to get it all packaged up and set up and mailed, and especially like with the microphone that Blackheart Night won that I'm going to set up. It's a big honking thing, so I'm going to have to, package it properly and pay whatever. I can't just shove that in a mailbox with a couple stamps on it. That's not going to work. So it's a whole process. But anyway, Fodder News Network says he's so darn cute, little Hez. Yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Maggie has actually met my kids in real life. So yes, he is an absolute cutie pie. Oh, here we go. Another one. Big Bork. Who's Butkus? Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus was one of the best football players who ever played. Walter Payton is the best football player who ever played. And they were both Chicago Bears. The Bears. Yes. All right. And, some people might want to, you can't argue that Butkus was one of the best. His number's retired. He's a legend. Now, if you want to argue whether or not Walter Payton was the best, I'll listen to your argument. But goated. I guess that's because there's 52 goats, right? So I guess you could say he's the goat. But he really is. And if anyone tries to convince me otherwise, it's we're talking about Walter Payton. And let me tell you something about Walter Payton. And I think I've told this story on the air before, but now that you live in, this is my window, Cupcake. This is what you think I'm a Packers fan now in Wisconsin. I put this in the window so everyone who drives by can see it. I might be out of my wheelhouse here. Dick Butkus backwards is suck tub kid. Dick Butkus suck tub kid. That was a Beavis and Butthead joke in one of the first episodes. One of the kids in the class was named Butkus, and every time the teacher said, "Is Butkus here?" they'd laugh. Are you going to laugh every time someone says the name Butkus? Come on, seriously, your whole life, no matter what, anytime says the word bucket. Oh, man. My father was friends with Walter Payton. That's awesome. That is fantastic. And like I said earlier, again, I know she's told the story on the air before, so I feel like it's okay for me to say something about it. But Ray did meet Walter Payton once and said that he was the nicest guy ever. Every story I've ever heard about him was just saying how nice he was, I said, boy. But so I'll never forget, and I'm so glad. And I try to do stuff like this to my kids because I remember it from my dad, But we went to a game in '85, okay. Back in those days when a human being could actually afford it, we had season tickets. Nowadays, a season ticket is what? 3 mortgages, 4 houses, and an island. And anyway, in Nova Scotia. So we're at the game, and I'm just a little kid, and my dad is going out of his way. Well, a little kid. I mean, 1985, I would have been 12. But he's, hey. You see that guy right there? That's number 34. That's Walter Payton. You keep your eyes on him because someday you're going to be able to tell your grandchildren that you actually saw Walter Payton live. You actually saw him play in real life. You were actually at a game where Walter Payton played and you were there. And he shoved it in my head the whole game. Keep your eyes on 34. Keep your eyes on and I'll never forget that because I did. And I have that image now burned into my brain. When I think back on my childhood, I could see that game. I could see the sun behind the old Soldier Field and our seats where we were, on the 30-yard line. I mean, it's I have the perfect picture in my head. I don't remember who they played. I don't remember who won, but I remember watching Peyton. And I remember the weather, the stadium, the way everything looked, our seats. Oh, it was great. Your Chicago Bears flag looks like a screen light now that the sun is shining through it. Yeah. Yeah, now that the sun's coming up. It's, yeah, during the day, it's, I mean, this thing, I'm sure the colors are going to get washed out if I leave it in the window all the time. I wanted to get some curtains. I got, it was Ray's idea for me to do this, but I don't know how to share it or whatever, but she said to come up with an Amazon wish list for what I need for here. So I did. I got curtains on there. I got a cutting board, a dish rack, a broom, a little wastebasket. It's just little things that you don't think of that you need. And that now that I'm here, I realize, yeah, I need these things. I don't have them. Gail Sayers was no slouch. Oh, no, Gail Sayers was also one of the best. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Chicago was specifically known as a ground team, a running team. Like nowadays, everyone says, you can't do that anymore. You have to, because the passing game has grown so much that it's all about like the passing game and all that nowadays. And the running game is just there to mix it up a little. But the Bears were all about the run. They had, they had Gail Sayers. They had Walter Payton. They had two of the best running backs ever, right? And then back in the day, the Galloping Ghost, Red Grange. They call him the Galloping Ghost because he ran so fast. It was like trying to catch a ghost. He was already gone by the time you got to tackle him. Like the Bears always were about the ground assault, the running game. Let's see. Set up a GoFundMe to get us some curtains. I don't know, a GoFundMe where the goal is what, $30 or something? Yeah, that might be a little overkill. Yeah, I went over like my entire list of everything all the little stuff I was talking about that I need. And I think the total for everything was like $89 or something. So I don't know. Setting up a GoFundMe for our goal is to reach $80, ladies and gentlemen. Can we hit the goal? I don't know. That'd be funny, but it seems like it'd be a waste. I liked the idea of somebody said that, I don't know. I think maybe it was Welsh. I don't know. Because I want to give credit where credit's due. I don't remember who specifically said it first, if it was Welsh who said it or if it was Ray or everything. Because again, I don't want to take credit for something that wasn't my idea, but because the idea was to set up a GoFundMe, and the specific purpose of the GoFundMe was just to piss off the trolls. Because that's the thing, right? Anytime anyone sets up a GoFundMe, that they'll always attack you and say, "Oh, this is BS," and you're just doing it. And it's like, well, I mean, that's the thing. It gets crazy because you see these people, like Chili and people like that, who set up these GoFundMes that are obviously just trying to avoid consequences. That's what I always say with all of these guys, really. It isn't even just the GoFundMes, but like the e-beggings or whatever, because they'll always say, well, you guys make money on YouTube. Why can't we? I don't have a problem with people making money on YouTube. I don't think anyone on our end has a problem with anyone making money on YouTube. The problem is it's like these guys go out there and they do these things. They treat people like dirt. They treat people like NPCs in Grand Theft Auto. They treat people like pawns in their game of YouTube clout. They destroy people's lives. They get people fired. They get people arrested. They get people pepper sprayed. They do all these horrible things to people and laugh about it. And they think it's hilarious. If they could make women cry, they laugh even harder. If they could, get someone fired, then they really laugh. They love hurting people. That's what that's what they do. And that's what they enjoy in life, is when they get an audit where they actually really make people so upset that they're freaking out and shaking and crying and getting fired and getting call flooded and getting threatened by the people call flooding them to rape and murder them and destroy their families and show up and burn their houses down, and they dox them, and like all of that great stuff that these guys love to do and think is so hilarious. And they don't have any consequences for any of it. That's one of the reasons why they keep doing it. But sometimes these guys get in trouble. Chili's in jail, this and that. Yeah, some of them get locked up, but most of them, if they do get in trouble, it's some kind of a fine. Now that goes back into the whole point of the money thing. It isn't that we have a problem with the fact that these guys make money on YouTube. We make money on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is you get some kind of fees or fines, court fees or fines, or hire a lawyer or whatever you have to do. You don't have to deal with those consequences. You just beg your fans to give you the money, and they do. The Frauditor, sovereign citizen, whatever sheeple fans just bend over and say, here, take all my money, take all my money. Use it to get out of having any responsibility or any accountability for your actions. And that's one of the reasons why they keep getting away with what they do, because they know there's no consequence. Even if there is a consequence, they'll just beg their fans for the money to pay it off. It doesn't cost them a nickel out of their own pocket. They don't care. So because of that, if I come on here and I say, hey guys, I just moved. I need all this stuff for the move. Or like before I moved, I was getting a lot of super chats, people trying to help me out with money for the move, which I appreciate. Thank you so much. You guys were so generous. It was oh no. Oh, Frauditor Mania, you. Anastasia stayed up way too late last night. But anyway, if someone like me or Will, any of us come out here and say anything about money or asking you guys if you want to donate or help, then all of a sudden those guys will be like, well, you attack us for asking for money, so now you're asking for money. You're an evil, rotten, no good hypocrite. It's like, oh, it's kind of different. I'm not going out there intentionally committing crimes to get fees and fines just because I know that you guys will just pay for it, so I could just do it. Like, no, I'm not doing anything to intentionally hurt anyone else. I'm just trying to get my life together, to get back to where I need to be, which is here, which is where I'm at, which is good. Chili is proof. He's demanding another $20,000. Exactly. Don't forget about the fridge playing. The fridge, we were talking about the fridge earlier because we were talking about the 85 Super Bowl and how the fridge actually scored a touchdown at the Super Bowl. And you never expected a guy his size to get that play, like to be the one that they call to jump over the line into the end zone, but he did it. It was wild. Yeah, man, we tyrants love the Bears, I guess. Those tyrannical Chicago Bears. I must be old. I was in bed by 10. I was in bed at 11. I always try to go to bed relatively early. I don't know. It all depends because, again, having just moved here, and I know that daylight savings time was a while ago, but after daylight savings time, I was still trying to get my body used to that hour difference. But then I moved here. So now my internal clock is 2 hours off. So I'm still getting every day, like right now, when the show's over, I'm used to when I was in Florida, when the show's over, it would be 10 o'clock. So now I'm still doing the same time, the same show, and I'm ending at 9. So then I end the show and I go and I do my morning routine. I do my breakfast. I do my stuff. I always go outside and take a walk, get some exercise, whatever. And I get back and it's not even 10 yet. I'm not used to that. It's weird to me. 5 pounds from Graham, ladies and gentlemen. This is our way of showing our appreciation to you. And thank you so much, Graham. I appreciate it. Now here's my way of showing my appreciation to you. Your happiness. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, indeed. I can always count on me. I'll talk with you. I have to cook dinner. Oh, you're talking to Edward about food. Egg salad. Oh, I made it last night, so it should be cold today. Ooh, wee. Egg salad. Oh, you know what? I love a good egg salad, especially on a sandwich. An egg salad sandwich. Oh, delicious. Or just like lettuce, like not lettuce in the salad, but put the salad on a bed of lettuce. That's good, man. Yeah, good egg salad. How dare you, Graham? Well, that was the point of my whole, thing right there, was that the joke was that, we should start a GoFundMe. The purpose of the GoFundMe being just to piss off the trolls. Like all the people who get mad at us if we ask for money just to piss them off. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was funny. We need an all bacon-based breakfast. Yes, Anastasia. Yes. And here's what you do. All right. So you get your flat pan and you lay out your strips of bacon going across this way. And then you fold over every other slice and you lay a bunch going this way. And then you go back and forth with it like this and you do a bacon weave. And you get yourself then you fill the pan with a bacon weave, pop that sucker in the oven. Depending on how crispy you like your bacon, you leave it in there for a day and a half, 2 days, whatever. Of course, you want to season it. So before you pop it in there, you want to put your salt and pepper, and depending on what you like, maybe some garlic powder, whatever. If you like your sweet bacon, then you put your little brown sugar, whatever. Pop that sucker in the oven and let that bacon weave cook until you get it as crispy as you like it. Then you take it out. And you can flip it. But then, she's like, I like it crispy. I'm not a sociopath. But then anyway, once you have your bacon weave out of the oven, you can cut slices of it that are like the perfect size for a sandwich if you're making a sandwich. Or whatever it is you're trying to do with it, you can cut it into perfect slices. Oh, making a BLT where the bacon is from a bacon weave and you cut it. Your little, so good. But if you're on a low carb diet, hey, they say eat all the bacon and eggs you want, right? So make a couple of those, put a couple fried eggs on top where the yolk is still a little, where you poke it and it just pours out all over the bacon. Oh, and then you get your breakfast sausage and dip it in there. Oh man, or your toast. Oh, forget it, man. Breakfast could be awesome if you do it right. I want a pet pig named Chris P. Bacon. That's awesome. Let's see. I cook my bacon in a pan and sometimes I air fry it. Yeah, there you go. Wait a minute. Who said that? I bet here's the deal. Eats limp and soggy bacon. Yes. Nightman's wife likes her eggs over easy. Yes, I know how to make a sandwich. Graham, you don't know how to make a. Oh no, yeah, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. You Brits, you know about those things. Now, if you were one of those Aussies, I'd be like, you don't know how to make a sandwich. You put Vegemite on it. That doesn't count. Anyway, so you take your raw toast and you put some bacon on it, some mayo, some lettuce, some tomato. If you want a club sandwich, you can put some turkey on it. And that's the only real difference between a BLT and a club, is that the club has turkey. My ex liked her bacon limp. I never understood why. Fried bologna. Yes. We were talking about fried bologna earlier. I like it with sauteed onions and a little bit of ketchup. Ooh. I know it's sacrilege, but I don't like bacon. Hey, Juggernaut, you know what? I always say this, you joke around with people. What do you mean you don't like bacon or whatever? But the fact of the matter is different people have different tastes. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, that's horrible. The Earl of Sandwich was from the UK. Yeah, I know. Exactly. So sandwiches were literally invented there. I get it. Club sandwiches are my favorite. Yeah, but how do you become a member? It seems like they'll just serve them to anybody, even if you're not in the club. A nice club sandwich and that frilly toothpick. Oh, yeah. And then we'll put some salad in the middle, or maybe some chips. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Mitch Hedberg did a whole bit about club sandwiches. That was hilarious. Like, I want 3 pieces of bread. All right, I agree. Let's form a club. But I do like pineapple pizza. Okay, see, you don't like bacon, but you do like pineapple pizza. Okay, maybe there is something wrong with your taste buds. I don't know, man. I don't want to tease somebody who has some kind of a medical condition. It's a cultural thing, yeah. Pineapple pizza is blasphemy. About a month ago, I think it was, somebody actually paid me to eat pineapple pizza with Vegemite. Ugh. Ketchup on hot dogs is horrible. Yeah, it ruins that flavor if it's a good dog. If you're eating a cheap dog, like from the dollar store or something that's got made out of chicken or whatever, chicken beaks, and what do they make those out of? It says on the label, like it's made out of chicken beaks and, you know, rooster claws. And what was that other thing that I was eating? It tasted like what did I say? Like Vegemite. Or no, the first time I had Vegemite, I had to describe what it tasted like. And I think what I said was it tasted like a combination of quokka poop and kangaroo fur or something. I don't remember. I was just thinking of things from Australia, you know, crocodile tears, quokka poop, kangaroo pouch, inner pouch scrapings. Oh man. Society Red, I still love a good old peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's right. Sometimes your good old fashions just work, you know. Grape jelly and strawberry jelly, or some strange flavor like peach jam or something like that. My favorite, I have to say, is the grape jelly, but strawberry is also very good with peanut butter. Let's see. Society Red, now you're talking. Yeah. My favorite breakfast is Eggs Benedict. I might take it this weekend. Yeah, all right, there you go. Ain't nothing wrong with some good old Eggs Benedict. Nutella is all palm oil now. Yeah. Nutella is just Chili de Castro's fake poop. That's all it really is. So anyway, what else do we got going on? What else do you guys want to talk about? Like I said, Tuesday is normally just a hangout and chat day. So that's what we're doing, but it's usually me chatting with Ray, but she's not here today. So I made my first grilled PB&J sandwich. Okay. I've never thought of trying to grill one. Is it good? Kraft makes a hazelnut spread that doesn't have palm oil. All right. See, hazelnut spread, not Nutella. There you go. Orange marmalade is delicious. Brian, I'll tell you something. I could actually eat orange marmalade just like with a spoon. Like just, I mean, that stuff is so good. Pineapple should never go on pizza. Jelly is jelly and jam is jam. That's true. They're two different things. But then where do you put marmalade? Let's see. Open panel. Yes. Well, that's what I was thinking, guys. Would anybody be interested in coming up and hanging out for a minute? Like if I put the link in the chat for the StreamYard. Have you been to the movies lately? No. The last time I went to the show was I saw Dune 2. That was the most recent time I went to the movie theater. Was to see Dune 2. Which was great. By the way, the only thing I didn't like was they used the most overused sound effect ever a lot. But because I liked the acting and the writing and everything, I gave them a pass. But yeah, there was a lot of this. And when I'm watching a movie and I hear a lot of that, it's like, ah. I saw Dune with my sci-fi professor dad. Are you talking about the David Lynch Dune or the new one? Let's see. Well, are there any good movies out now? Any new ones? Hold on. Jelly's jelly, jam is jamming. I don't care for either one of them. Oh, all right. Well, how about marmalade? Excuse me. I'm lucky I'm up at this time of the morning. I've been in Philadelphia and got home extremely late. Oh, no. Yeah, when you're in Philly, man, I'm just glad you came back in one piece. Let's see. Anyone see Ghostbusters? That's not. Yeah, see, I'm not into the idea of seeing like the new Ghostbusters movie or any of these unnecessary remakes or sequels that seem to be just flooding the market right now. Yeah, so you know what? Since we still got a little bit of time left, everyone I know didn't like the new Ghostbusters. Oh, I'm sure, because it's just a member-bearing movie. It's not even an actual movie. It's just say you liked Ghostbusters. Anyway, I put the link in the chat if anyone wants to come up and hang out and just talk about whatever. I'm not a Redux person myself, but I need a laugh. Well, that's the problem. If it's not funny, it's like when I see. Here's the thing. Whenever I see, like when I saw the original trailers for the new Ghostbusters movie, and I saw the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, that automatically got me to where I decided I don't want to watch it because the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was a one-time deal, right? The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man popped into Dan Aykroyd's brain for a second, and that's where it came from. It wasn't supposed to be a regular character, a recurring character, but they're doing that just for nostalgia to get people who remember the good one and say, hey, see, remember this guy was in that movie you liked? Ladies and gentlemen, Florida Jim is here. What's up, Florida Jim? How's it going?
How you doing? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, let me put my other headphone on. There you go.
You can hear me, right? Okay, good.
All right, so what's up? Yes, sir. Yes.
I got to do this with my head because I'm old and my glasses, I can't see the screen. I should switch glasses.
Yeah, see, that's the same thing that
You're doing this. You look like you're looking up at something all the time.
I need new ones, I think.
Or you go like this.
Right. I'm doing the opposite. I'm always going like this to see.
You know what? Let me get my librarian glasses. Those will work better here. Hang on just a second.
There you go.
You guys get to see me run through my house.
Sure.
There's my cat. There's one of them. Oh, hang on a second. Look at the ceiling.
Oh, wait a minute. I got.
All right, now I can see.
All right, this is for the cat, guys.
Aren't these freaking great? Huh? Come on.
Yeah, look at that. They look good on you too.
You know where I got these? Believe it or not.
Where?
Me and my daughter used to have a dumpster diving show on Facebook every weekend. And when I lived in Illinois.
Oh, wow.
And I found these.
Okay.
I've had them for like 6 years now.
Hey.
But anyway, I got to get back.
If they work, they work.
Yeah, let me turn the volume up.
Oh, look at this. We got little Chihuahua wants to hang out too.
Bring her up, man. Bring her up.
Hey, what's up, little Chihuahua?
Hey, little Chihuahua, what's up?
How you doing?
Jim. I'm good. Yes.
I must real quickly, little Chihuahua. I do really enjoy your series of the oldest Frauditor. That's funny.
Oh wow, cool. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I'm working on a part 3 now.
Good. It's funny. I love the voice. I love the mannerisms. I mean, there was a Dustin Hoffman movie where he played an old guy, an old soldier. Do you remember that movie?
Oh yeah. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what your character reminds me of. When he's telling the story as an old man, and he's sitting there and he's all hunched over. He goes, "I remember back when the Indians, That's what it reminds me of. So it's very good acting on your part.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
And I have to say, I love the narration by Highway Star in the background. Well, what are we going to do about this now?
Yeah, we.
Little Big Man.
What?
Edward got it. Little Big Man was the name of the movie.
Little Big Man. Thank you. I can't see the chat. So thank you to whoever did that.
Edward Kettler. Anastasia
Edward.
guessed Tootsie. I think she was joking.
Edward knows a lot. That guy's got some knowledge. And isn't he the one who did the fried bologna
yeah.
or no, the grilled cheese or no, grilled peanut butter and jelly?
Yes.
I think so, which is kind of wild.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yep.
And my family's all hillbillies
Neither
from
am I.
Mississippi, and I've never heard of such a thing. You know?
Neither have I. But I have heard like deep fried peanut butter and banana from Elvis, you know.
We have a restaurant right down the street from me on Route 19 here in Pasco, and their big claim to fame from the 50s is still on their billboard. Elvis ate here in 1959.
Wow.
And it's a fried hot dog with, I don't know, mayonnaise and bologna or some shit. I don't know what it is, but I never stopped at the restaurant. But the billboard is like 1,000,000 years old. It is just the coolest damn bit of history to see. And there's a picture of Elvis on it. Elvis eating his hot dog. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You know, an interesting
That's
fact
actually
about
pretty cool.
Elvis. An interesting fact about Elvis. Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. My father was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. My grandmother babysat Elvis when he was just a baby.
Oh, wow.
My grandparents were dirt poor farmers, and Elvis's parents, Vernon and Gladys, were right next door to him for a couple years, and they used to watch each other's kids. And my dad and my uncle tell stories to this day of going to high school and seeing Elvis and how everybody made fun of him because he was such a weird kid.
Oh, wow.
That's wild. That is so wild.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he never intended to become a singer. Like, his mom liked his singing, so he started recording himself as a gift for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then the people who listened to the recordings were like, dude, this is good stuff, you know?
What Elvis's secret was
I know
Elvis,
my mom likes my singing, but
Elvis his secret formula was he would listen to the black artists in the juke joints. Like all kids back in them days did. They sneak off and stand outside and listen until their parents or somebody from the bar chased them away. He loved it. He was the first true blues white guy. And he came by and he incorporated that style of music. And of course, you know the history. Everybody called it jungle music, ridiculous, rock and roll is going to kill you. And, you know, he's just one of those guys that stepped into the right pair of shoes at the right time, you know, and good to him for him, you know. I mean, just like Elvis is the king of rock and roll and Chili is the king of Frauditors. So, sorry, go ahead.
I got a question.
What's up, little Chief?
Okay, now I'm sure you two have known, and I'm sure the ones in the chat that are on my channel know. Whenever I'm doing the Frauditor parody videos, I'm afraid to mention names for fear of getting struck.
Possible.
No, you can't get a copyright check for saying a name, though. You can't. That's not. No, it's only if you actually use their footage. Like I could say Coca-Cola, and the Coca-Cola company can't come after me for it. You know, I mean, you got people like Jason Gutterman who tries to copyright his name, but Jason Gutterman. Did we get shut off? Am I shut down? Is this stream still on? Like they can't do anything. I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
This is stream still
on. I'm still kind of new to this YouTube stuff and, creating. And I'm like, oh, gosh, and whenever Highway Star said Cholita in the last douche canoe video, I'm like, oh, no, maybe you shouldn't have said that. But
let me tell you something. When I first started doing these types of videos, like before that, I was just doing parodies and stuff. I did a video on Casey Camera Boy and Silence Boy, and immediately I got him. And she's drinking out of her Rise and Shine with Hezokuai mug. I love it.
Yep.
So immediately I get a message, a DM from Casey Camera Boy. I'm going to shut down my channel, or he's going to take legal action and this and that. So, and because it was one of my first videos, I actually got scared for like 5 seconds. And then I emailed because at the time, like I was talking a lot to people like Kick and Team Skeptic and those guys. So I was asking them for advice, and they were all like, "Get the hell out of here, Casey Camera Boy! Just tell him to shut up and keep making your videos." And that's exactly what it was. It was nothing, you know.
Well, you know, whenever on the second one, you know, we're, you know, talking about the press pass where it was for a potato, you know, I'm like, oh no, don't say her name. Please don't say her name. But like I said, you know, I'm still new to this YouTube creating and everything. And I'm like, okay, I knew you would be one to ask about that because you know, you've been doing this for years. And I'm like, can I say his name and not get struck?
Yes, absolutely. As long as you're not saying it in a way that's like blatantly defamation, you know, like a flat out lie about him. But if you're just saying, "Oh, I don't like his videos," or "I think he's a douche canoe," yeah, that's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Juggernaut Jared Reed is also here. What's up?
Hello. Hello
Welcome to
from
the show.
Northeast Pennsylvania.
Good morning from Pasco County, Florida.
Northeast Pennsylvania.
Hello from Lubbock, Texas, rainy and cold.
Hey, real quickly,
good morning from stupid Wisconsin. Yeah.
Hey, Hezokuai. Can you hear
what's
me?
up?
I want to show you something. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
This is my Washburn D10 custom.
You know what? Nice.
I also have it in
That's
my
sweet.
closet. I also have, you know what? Let me go get it. Let me show you my real pride and joy. I'll be right back. Talks amongst yourselves.
Oh, and Hez, you need some Packer stuff.
Some what kind of Packers? Get out of here.
Okay, I can leave now.
That was a joke. I just dumped you down for a second as a joke.
Uh-huh. Okay, then I'm canceling my snafu with comedy.
Anyway, Jared, you didn't say anything. What's up, man?
Not much. Been in Philly this past weekend, and oh my freaking god!
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
You got three pickups on that thing.
This is
Holy
a Peter.
Wow.
This is a Peter Frampton model. This is the black.
Yep. Wow.
2018, $1,550 freaking dollars.
wow.
My wife got this for me. This is a Christmas present from my wife. She's insane. I'm not worth this.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm just a little jacked up this morning. That's all. Now I got to go put it back to bed.
So anyway, you've been hanging out in Philly.
I will tell you.
You've been hanging out in Philly doing what?
What do you think? I had gotten tickets to go and see WrestleMania.
Nice. But wait, you had got tickets, but then what happened?
I went down. I had tickets to WrestleMania this past weekend. I went down. Oh, I'm tired.
Oh man, I would love to.
But so you were there? You were actually there?
Yep. I was there.
And
how about that ladder match?
Oh, I've never pulled so hard. I've never cheered so hard for Awesome Truth to win.
Yes,
that
was so great.
Really what really got me was seeing Undertaker for going out there and chokeslamming The Rock.
Oh yeah,
the emotion that was
that
right. Yeah.
And how about the pop when Cody won? What was it like to be there and hear
The
that
energy.
pop? Oh,
The energy in that stadium was mind-blowing.
I bet.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm sorry, what WrestleMania was this?
WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia.
Just this weekend.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, how far? I missed where you were sitting. Were you sitting close?
Yeah, it just happened.
No, sitting close.
I was sitting
I'll be right
in the
back,
middle, in the middle part of the stadium.
That had to be cool.
Oh man.
Being there with like-minded people. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was lucky enough. I attended one of the very first ones. They were in Chicago at the Rosemont Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
And I only got to go there because the woman I was married to, her father was a big executive with Coca-Cola, so we got free tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
So we got to sit in the skybox and kind of watch it all, and it was all right. I'm not a big wrestling fan. I like the theatrics of it. I like the storylines. I think all that's cool. Oh yeah, what is that?
Oh, that's nice, Hez.
Yes.
Is that a Merton? You can't hear us, Kenny. Is that a Merton?
This is a Jose Ramirez.
Classical.
Yep.
You sound out of tune.
Yeah, classical guitar. This is my dad's old guitar. It's been sitting up here, and now that I'm back up in Wisconsin, I got this. And I also got his big jazz box.
I used to have
I have my Les Paul is in my storage unit as well. Right?
I used to have a 1961 Yamaha acoustic when I lived in Nashville. I had that guitar. I loved that guitar. It was the most beautiful, sweetest sounding guitar you can imagine. Then I lost my job in radio. And I was unemployed and I was homeless and I needed money. So I went to a pawn shop and the son of a bitch gave me $50 goddamn for that thing. And I had to take it.
Oh, jeez.
Just remember, possession is possession. Okay? As much as you love something, if you have to get rid of it, just get rid of it. It's nothing. It's a possession.
Yeah,
true.
Unless it's a Harley Davidson, then you don't get rid of it.
I got Edward Kettler's asking who's champion. That was the thing Cody Rhodes won on Sunday night. So that's he's the main champ now. So that was great.
I will tell you,
yeah,
the cash in. The roof went off the place.
Yeah.
And there is no roof.
True.
Right?
True.
That's an accomplishment if you tore the roof off and there isn't one.
That's great. Right? Seriously.
Like I said, I've never been.
That's how you know, like, because with they expect to tore the roof off, right?
I ain't never been but to one WrestleMania, so I have no idea what they're like. But I know that the one I went to in Chicago, it was just electric. But this was back in the Hulk Hogan days. The Mouth from the South, Jimmy Hart was all there. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, as a retired independent, as a retired indie wrestler, it's to be there amongst everything. Tickets were not cheap, though.
I bet they weren't.
Great to ask.
Oh yeah.
What is the most anybody's ever paid to see something, no matter what it was? My wife took me to see Eric Clapton at Amelie Theater in Tampa for our anniversary in September. She did not tell me that when we got there, we were staying in the penthouse suite at the local hotel. She also did not tell me we were going to have a 5-star dinner, and I forgot the name of the damn restaurant down there. She also forgot to tell me that we were going to go on a private tiki boat bar. That was just going to be us and 5 other people and tour the bay on a tiki bar.
Oh wow!
And that little adventure set us back $1,500 or $1,700 for the whole entire weekend. And I didn't know any of this was going on until we got there.
Oh wow!
I am married to a woman.
That's wild. Yeah. See, I thought that it was expensive when I paid like, $30 to see the Beastie Boys or something. Back in the day.
Hey, you're
Like
talking
I
to
used
a
to,
guy
my thing was I used to
$7 to see somebody at Rosemont Horizon, and she does this shit to me. It's like, are you out of your mind, woman?
That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, I used to go see live bands all the time, but I would go to places where it'd be like, $5 cover charge, or like a ticket would be like $25-$30 seemed like a lot,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I hear stories like, oh, your Prince has come in and tickets are $100. Like, what?
I remember the old days of up in Troy, Wisconsin. What was it? Alpine Theater. I remember a friend of mine said, "Hey, you want to go see Cheap Trick?" And I said, "Sure. How much are tickets?" And they said, "Well, we're going to get lawn seats. They're like $750." I remember I thought, my God, $750 to see a band that's outrageous. Gone. $7.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
$7.50. Yep.
And then here my wife drops out this big money on Eric Clapton tickets. It's like, oh my God, we have such different ideas of money. It's ridiculous.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
What is
I saw Cheap Trick.
Sorry.
Open for the Smashing Pumpkins at the Metro.
Wow.
On the north side, right across the street from Wrigley. Yeah.
I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan the night that he died.
My buddy was there at that show. Yep.
I was there. I was backstage. I had a friend who worked in production, and he got us backstage. And we got to see all these guys and all these cool people. And they're just walking by looking at us like we're idiots, because we're all fanboy. Going, oh.
Yeah. Jared, you looked like you were about to say something.
No, I'm good.
No.
No, I'm good.
I love it. No.
I think there's a delay.
Yeah.
There is.
I think there's a delay. So sometimes like I get like who's saying what? Like, yeah.
I think it's quite a bit of a delay too.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go then. It was an honor being able to share the screen with everyone.
It was nice to meet you, Juggernaut.
Nice to see you, Juggernaut.
Yes, absolutely great to have you up here. Absolutely. All right. Well, 3 cheers for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, KTZ for $5. I'm having a North Georgia audit on tonight. Oh, she's having North Georgia audit on tonight at 8. If y'all stop by, she'd appreciate it. Also, I saw Cheap Chick at the Riviera. Fire. That's right. I love it. Thank you so much for the $5, Katie. Here's your happy dance. Thank you so much. Awesome. Round of applause for
Hey, yes.
Round of applause for Jacob Reed for coming up and joining us.
Yes, he's a very nice guy.
Round of applause, of course, for Little Chihuahua and Florida Jim.
Hey, hey.
And round of applause for The Miz and to R-Truth for winning the ladder match. All right, what you got for us, Little Chihuahua?
Okay, the only wrestling I went to was back in, oh my gosh, I'm going to age myself here. Do you remember, or do either of y'all remember Gino Hernandez?
Yes.
Do you remember whenever, okay, Florida Jim, do you remember whenever Gino Hernandez had a hair versus hair match at the Cotton Bowl?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know 100%.
I was there.
Oh, cool.
I was ringside. I'm like, oh man, and And the funny story behind that, my mom gave a lady that we knew, because she worked at the mall that was selling the tickets. And Mom said, you know, if you have to get her nosebleed section, you know, whatever. And our friend went to the ticket place, and there was a line in front of her. Well, she was wanting to get me ringside. Well, anyway, long story short, the lady, our friend, gets up to the counter, and they said, and she said, I want to get ringside seats. And come to find out, they told the people that were in front of her they had no more ringside. Well, apparently this lady that was behind the counter overlooked it. They had one ringside seat after they told that lady that there were no more ringside seats. And anyway, the lady said, I got these tickets for, well, I'm not going to say my name, but anyway, she said,
your name is linked to Apple.
Oh yeah, but back then. But anyway, she said, I hope these are good enough. Well, my mom looked at the seating arrangement on the deal right next to the ring.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, holy moly. I think I was 18 at the time. And I'm like, I wanted to go see, because I think it was Gina Hernandez and, who was it? I can't remember now. But yeah, I was there right ringside. And I can't remember how much my mom was willing to pay for the tickets. But Mom said, hey, you know, anything, you know, because I wanted to see that match.
Well, that's a nice mom.
Do what?
I said, that's a nice mom if she did that for you.
Oh, yeah.
I am a firm, when it comes to parenting, I have a daughter. She's not my biological daughter, but I've raised her since she was 5 years old. And she is now 25 years old, and she's finishing college, getting a master's degree, which is hard to believe considering somebody that I took care of is that smart. It's really blows my mind. Because if she's taken after me, she'd probably be living in a cardboard box behind the Publix. But thankfully, she takes after her mom, and she's got some brains. But when it comes to parenting, I stated earlier in the chat room that one of the reasons we moved down here is because I'm the type of father, I don't want my child to be 3 states away from me. I don't even like 3 hours away from her. We are now 45 minutes away from her. And part of her deal for her to go to college here was we moved down here with her so she could come home whenever she wanted. Because I don't want my kid 3 states away, 4 states away, and something goes crazy and the world takes a big shit. Somebody flushes the United States down the toilet and I can't get to her.
Exactly. Well, I have a son who is high functioning autistic. And right now I am 3 hours from him. But after May 18th, I'll be about an hour and a half.
That's my wife's birthday is May 18th.
Oh, wow. Wow. Cool. But yeah, so I'll be closer to my son, thank goodness, because, well, he lives in a group home. I'm not going to say the name of the town, but he lives in a group home. And but no, he's been in the group home for, well, over 10 years. But, you know, I caught a lot of flack about it at first, but, you know, I did it because I'm getting older. I was getting older at the time. I couldn't handle if he got violent, I wouldn't have been able to fight him off.
Yeah,
without hurting him or me. So I did it out of love.
And I'm sure most normal thinking people would understand that. That's what parents do. There's no reason for you to put yourself in any kind of danger whatsoever at the hands of anybody. And if you had to do what you had to do, you did it because you cared about that individual. You didn't do it because you just wanted them gone.
Well, he was 14 whenever this happened. And whenever he went into the what we call community at the time, whenever he went there, I couldn't see him or talk to him personally for 30 days. That was the longest 30 damn days of my life.
I can relate. I can't stand it when my daughter doesn't text us for a while. We have to call her once a week just to make sure sometimes she's alive.
Oh, I'll tell you what, my son, he calls me every Sunday just to, talk.
That's good.
And
that shows he loves you.
And the crazy part is, guys, is there was one time my son called me and he said, just out of the blue, Mom, I love you. I'm like, oh my God. I'm sorry.
No, don't feel bad. That'll get me, man. My daughter come in there and say I love you. I'm a mess. I'm a complete total mess right there. And then on top of it, Hez, you're in for this, Hez. The older you get as a man, the more your testosterone depletes. I find myself crying at freaking Kool-Aid commercials. Like, you can see the little girl with the box of Kool-Aid. Oh my God, look at her.
That's
now,
great.
hey, little Chihuahua.
Well,
little Chihuahua.
like what we're talking about.
Let me tell you something here, little Chihuahua. My wife has 2 boys, okay? One is 30, and he's an autistic child also. He lives in Illinois with his grandmother, so we don't have to worry about him because grandma keeps him in check. The other one lives down here. He's 26. Or, I mean, not 26, 27, 28. And he thinks he's in charge at all times. He lived with us. Now, he lived in this room right there. That very room you see back there, okay? And it's attached to this screen room. And it has its own private entrance. He never had to even look at us. Wasn't good enough. Then he made the mistake one day, he smart talked his mom, so I slapped the shit out of him right where he called the police. Surprise, police said, you're in his house. Can't do a damn thing about it. That didn't set well with him. So then he started destroying the room. And then he made the fatal mistake. He went after mom. Now, I come from a Southern family where fathers take freaking charge of their kids. You don't do that to your mother. You don't do it to any female members of your family, period. I took him out back and I whooped his ass again. I said, we can do this all day long. Guess what? He no longer lives here. He didn't like the rules. He moved. That's how you handle a boy, at least. I mean, if they're assholes like her kids are. My kids are assholes because I don't have a lot of kids, because if I did, they would be.
Well, my son, he'll be 34 this year, and I still call him my baby.
I lost the screen there for a second. Sorry. Well, then you should. My daughter's 24, and I still call her my little girl. Every time I see her, I call her my little girl. I call her my Kleinen, my Mädchen Kleinen, which is German for girl and little girl. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I say to her, she'll walk up to me and I go, oh, mi amore. And she'll look at me and go, stop that, Dad. Stop it. You sound like a geek. Yes, you're right. I sound like a geek. And I will continue to sound like a geek whenever I'm around you because you are my kid and I fucking love you. Excuse my language.
Well,
I tell my kids all the time that if I'm not embarrassing them in public, then I'm not doing my job.
There you go. There you go.
Dad, you're embarrassing me. Why? Because I gave you a hug. Shut up.
Right?
Well, my daughter currently is up in a school in Tampa. Okay. She has to live off campus because she's in her master's classes and she's also an RA. For those of you who don't know what RA is, that's resident assistance, which means she's in charge of the entire floor. Now, this hotel she's staying at, she's got the entire 7th floor. She watches after a bunch of freshmen and a bunch of ne'er-do-well idiots, okay? When I go to pick her up, I will go inside the lobby and I will make sure there's a bunch of college kids standing there and I will open up my arms and yell across the hallway, my baby girl! And oh God, the embarrassment on her. There's one other quick thing. When she was in the class, when she was in college and she was actually staying in one of the dorms, whenever I'd drop her off, I'd wait for her to get all the way to the door and I would yell as loud as I could, I love you. Don't get pregnant. Now, here's the best part about that. Every time that I would say that, there was always this one black security guard who sat there. One day I said, it was probably the third time he heard me say it. I walked by him, he looked at me, he goes, "Yo, Dad." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Great advice."
Exactly.
Well, we've always told her, if you get pregnant in college, your college career will come to a screeching halt.
Yes.
You know, there's other ways to satisfy the urges that you're having as a young child or a young person. Explore them.
Exactly.
Because I'm not ready to be a grandfather. I'm only 62.
Oh, hey, hang on, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Oh, sorry about that.
All right.
Say head.
But yeah, no, that's all right. So yeah, a lot of stuff came up in there, and like earlier today, I was talking about, and you guys made me remember it, like how yesterday I was on the phone with my daughter for a few hours, and there's Tiny. All right, wait a minute. Got to go back to my soundboard for that.
Come here. I want to show you mine.
By the way, I don't know if you guys, while we're up on panel, if you guys have noticed what's going on in the chat. So apparently, there's a new phase in the Audit Them versus Blackheart Knight debate story, where where Blackheart Knight basically gave him. Well, he says right here. I made a video giving my terms for the discussion with Audit Them, and then he did a video showing my picture saying that he's ducking him. Like, yes, exactly. Of course, Audit Them isn't going to be genuine. He's going to be disingenuous as much as he can. Oh, look at that, puppers.
That's my Shepherd Harley.
That's a good-looking dog.
Back here, somewhere, is my Rottweiler, Luna.
Nice.
Oh,
Luna.
Nice.
Come here, Luna. There she is. That's my Rottweiler.
Look at who you came to see. Luna dog is gonna be there. Yes, sir.
They're both rescue dogs.
Awesome.
We got them from abusive houses.
Rescues are the best.
My wife, this is my third Rottweiler. I love Rottweilers. And I'm a firm believer that if you get a dog, you get a female dog, because female dogs are easier to deal with. They won't run. They won't stand up to their owners as much. Male dogs are a pain in the ass. I've had one, never again. But this one, when we got her, I didn't even know we were picking it up. Again, it was one of my wife's things. She said, "Get in the car. We're going somewhere." So where we're going? She's just, see, when we get there, we get out of the house and there's this lady standing with a Rottweiler. And I go, "What's going on?" She goes, "Oh, that's our dog." I go, "What? What are you talking about? That's our dog." I get out of the car and the lady,
when did that?
And my wife says to me, she says, "Yeah," she said, "I did all this behind your back. I know you wanted another Rottweiler." And she says, "So I got you one." It's like, okay, thanks.
Wow.
But she was in an abusive home. She was in bad shape when we got her. And that's another reason why she did it behind my back, because she wanted to rescue this dog as soon as she could.
Hey, Florida Jim. Is there any way that I could contact you on, because you say you're good, that you're a train, or you help training in dogs?
I'm a certified dog trainer in Illinois.
Okay, is there any way that maybe we could exchange emails?
Yeah, I got no problem with that. I'll tell you my email. I don't care who writes me the emails. Email.
Okay, cool. Hold on, let me. But yeah, because I know there are times that I have questions.
Why don't you just put each other's emails in the private chat? And then that way you don't have to worry about it.
I'm with her. I don't know how to do that either.
Oh, because you're on the phone. Okay, I didn't even think about that, but you're both vertical. So,
because I'm old.
Hey, Hez.
Hey,
well, that too, right? Yeah.
Could you go ahead and get Florida Jim my email?
No, wait a minute. I can solve all this right now. Okay? Write it down. You ready? Write it down. You ready?
I'm ready.
It's J as in Jim.
Okay.
All right, everybody else, close your ears.
JT, B.
B as in boy?
Yes, BANDI, Bandy.
A-N. Okay.
And then DOG after the Bandy. So it should read jt@bandydog.com or Gmail, excuse me.
Okay, JTBANDIDOG.
jtbandydog@gmail.com.
Okay.
And Bandy Dog was the name of my first Rottweiler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, there have been times that I've had questions and I'm like, oh, I know Florida Jim's a certified dog trainer, but how do I get in touch with him,
Let me let you in on a little secret when it comes to training a dog. You know what the hardest part about training a dog is?
What?
The owner.
Well, I've had cheese before. I've had chihuahuas before, but I've never raised one from a puppy.
Right. How old is he?
He'll be 3 the end of this month.
Okay. Well, he's going to be pretty set in his ways, but you can still change those ways around. It's really easy. But let me give you an example. Let me give you an example why it's so hard to train the dog's owner versus the dog. Let's say you have a dog. It's a puppy. It's learning how to go outside and do its business. So when I train a dog, my word is park time. And the reason I use park time is because that's the training style when I learned at Leader Dog in Rochester, Michigan. My late wife was blind. We had a seeing eye dog, so I had to learn that whole style of dog training.
Oh,
now,
wow.
You got a dog, and this dog's going, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to go to this person. And this person who's the person who's training goes, oh, well, I know. So you got to go part-time? And the dog goes, cool. Yeah, let's go. Dog goes outside, comes in. Now, a couple days later, you got little Johnny at the house, and the dog's prancing back and forth. And little Johnny goes, hey, puppy, do you want to go pee-pee? And the dog looks at him like, what the hell language are you talking to me about? So the kid goes, well, I guess not. Dog pisses on the floor. They can't figure out why. Because you got so many different people telling that dog so many different things. It doesn't know what to do. It will learn your body language after a while. It'll pattern you. That's what dogs do. They pattern their owners. That's why if you ever notice, if you go to bed the same time every night, and for some reason you stay up maybe half an hour later, your dog will go into the bedroom and wait for you. Does yours do that?
No, because
your dog's weird then. I said your dog's weird then. I'm joking.
No, he's got the couch in the living room all to himself. That's his bed.
But the point is, if you don't get everybody in the household that interacts with that dog on any level to use the same languages, the same mannerisms, my German Shepherd is commanded in English, German, hand signals, and whistles. My Rottweiler is commanded in whatever the hell she decides to listen to me that day. He's only 8 months old. She's 8 months old, so she's still a work in progress.
But yeah, because I know there are times that, I know Highway Star and I go to bed at a certain time every night. Tiny's gotten used to that routine. If we don't go to bed and he's ready to go to bed, he will literally bug us until we turn off the light in the living room and turn off everything else. That way he can go to sleep.
My 2 dogs are what's called crate trained. I have 2 large crates in my main room. My dogs are so well trained with their crates that when I say, they're probably going to get up and go in their crates. When I say, Alexa, play 107.3 The Eagle, as soon as they just got up. They get up and go in their crates because they know when I leave, that's what I say to give them ambience in the room. You should never leave your dog in a silent room. That is torture to them. Always have something playing, preferably talk radio. They need to hear human voices or classical music. Yeah.
You
It's
just
also,
gave me an idea.
now, you would think training with dogs, I learned that from some cool old-fashioned dog whisperer or something, playing classical music. No, I actually learned that from my uncle on a dairy farm. His cows would produce more milk if he played classical music while he was milking them. It would wax them. So, stupid hillbilly logic, but it works.
Huh. Well, that just gave me an idea for if Highway Star and I have to go somewhere and we're at the house in the town we're moving to. That gives me an idea on what to do. I appreciate that for Jim. I really do.
Do you have a crate for him?
No, I don't. He's the only time he's ever been in a crate is whenever he's gone to the vet, and that's it.
And how does he act when he's in the crate?
He tried to bite him.
Okay.
Well, at the time he was just attacked by that. You remember the dog attack I told you about, whenever he was attacked by that German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only time he was in a crate whenever we went to the vets, and they took him away from us and put him in a crate to try to get things done on him. Now he's certified as a biter because,
Okay, first up, you're going to the wrong vet then. All right? I'm going to say that right now. You are going to the wrong goddamn vet. There should be no reason that dogs should be locked up in a crate because of an attack. They should be separated and put into separate rooms, but never crated at that point. Now, obviously, the person who has the German Shepherd doesn't know how to command their dog in public. I can take my dog in public, and if my dogs start to get crazy, all I got to do is say, and here's a magic word for you. Here's a magic word that works on all dogs. Out. I'm not saying out. I'm saying out. And the reason that works is because that's what mama dog does to her puppies when they're acting up. She grabs the ruff of their neck and goes, out. And that's a sign. Now watch your shit. Mom's watching you. That's all that means. And I guarantee you, any dog, I don't care how old it is, if you're standing there and that dog's not fixed on you and you just go, out, that dog will look at you with the strangest look on its face like, how the hell do you know my mom's language? It's it never goes away. Also, leash corrections are your friend. They will help you in so many ways. A leash correction is not jerking the dog and pulling it across the room. It's giving a slight, firm tug, boom, and letting go. Then followed by, and that lets the dog know you're imitating the mother at that point. That's what you do. And the dog only sees it as its mother through you. Dogs have a very weird psychology about them. And once you understand it, and once you learn how to talk to a dog in their language, it is so easy to talk to them and get them to do things you want. A dog wants nothing more than to do everything that you want it to do. But if you can't tell the dog, it doesn't know. So it just does its own thing. And people go, oh, it's a bad dog. There's no such thing as a bad dog. There's bad owners. There's no such thing as a bad dog.
Exactly.
They're not inherently born evil.
Well, whenever we take Tiny for a walk in the here in the complex, whenever I'm walking him, I take and I hold the leash taut, and if he starts barking at another dog, I'll take and I'll kind of not jerk on it, but I'll kind of like, do my hand, like, hey, stop.
Okay, you're on the right track. You have all the actions down. You're just doing it wrong. Okay? What you're doing, never ever walk your dog on a tight leash unless the dog is chasing something or trying to pull away from you. Then even when it's pulling away from you, you don't tighten up the leash. All you're showing the dog is, I got to pull harder. You need to correct the action. To correct the action when the dog pulls, leash correction, boom, followed by out, loud. You're going to feel stupid saying it in public, but it's going to work. And you start around your house, start around your backyard. Pattern out 15 feet, straight line. Put your dog on a leash. Walk him. If he's not doing what he's want to do, boom, out. Correct him. They will learn. It is amazing how fast a dog can learn. Even the dumbest dogs can learn quickly.
Oh, wow.
It's inherently inbred into them as to be the way that they are. It's just really, did I just move? No. Did I just jump? I'm not even smoking any weed this morning, and I thought I was jumping all over the screen. Must be my phone. I'm out. I got to go to the dispensary as soon as I'm off of here. So, thank God for medical marijuana. Yay!
Well, anyway, I'm gonna have to wrap up soon. Anyway, a couple last things. First of all, Katie, in case you didn't catch it, Jim said that he would actually take you up on that offer, like for real. Like if you weren't joking, he will do that. That'd be great.
Also, Katie said one other thing.
Keep in
Really
contact
quick,
with each other.
I'm sorry, Hez. Katie Zed, to you, I also got to do 6 years with the Lake County Sheriff's Department with their canine officers. I was friends with them, so I got to learn their style too. So I know basic style, I know seeing eye dog, leader dog style, and I know canine style from the police department. So I can, I love dogs. If you haven't guessed.
Gotta love the fur, baby.
Right on. All right, so any last words, guys? Because I'm going to wrap it up here.
No, but I wanted to really talk more with you about guitars, but somehow we got screwed over and got turned on to this, but that's okay too. I really see what I was going to do, and I didn't tell you this.
Yeah, animals, dogs, yeah.
When you still lived where you lived here in Florida, I was going to make an arrangement to come out there and meet you on a Tuesday because it's only an hour away, and it's a great ride on a motorcycle. I just go straight down 50. And I was going to come out there. I wanted to sit down with you and talk to you about guitars and music and stuff because that's my second passion is music. I every Friday I'm in a studio. I'm going to start doing live segments from that on my YouTube channel. I practice with this guy named Eric Corbin, and we go practice at his studio, The Purple Planet. It's a good time, and we're just experimenting with things and guitars and different sounds and whatnot. And I just think that you would be an absolutely unbelievable person to talk to about that because I kind of know about your past a little bit. And I mean, your parole officer shouldn't talk that easily about you, but he did. And, of course, people, I'm kidding. He doesn't have a parole officer anymore.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's I would love that. I got we should have a thing where we plan it out in advance so that we could just, even if it's on the show, just have like a music special,
Anytime. I play guitar.
Little Chi, any last words?
Just I've enjoyed being up here. I've enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to the 27th. Oh, one last thing. Highway Stars retiring April 26th. So looking forward to that.
Yes.
And we will be moving from here on May 18th. So anytime, there might be some days where we don't come on for a while because we're trying to get stuff packed up and everything finalized for the move.
Are you staying in the same state?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be 3 hours away, 3 hours from where I'm at now.
I retired when I was 59.
Oh, wow.
I have a really smart wife who knows how to handle money.
Well, I don't know if Highway Stars in the chat or not, but I'm pretty sure he'd say, hey, Little Cheese is good with money too, because, I try to make sure that we have enough for everything.
Yeah, my wife's the same way. Plus, my wife runs a business in town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she runs one of the best air conditioning services around in our county.
Really? Cool.
So if you're ever in Florida and your air conditioning breaks, call Allied. Allied Heating and Air Conditioning. We're there before you even know it.
Wow.
If you haven't guessed, I used to do radio too.
Well, guys, I don't know, but I think Mr. Tiny needing to go for outside.
It quickly has.
Yeah. Me too. That's why I'm wrapping it up. I'm trying to,
That's one question before you go.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? I guess not.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, never mind. I'll next time I'm online.
I'm right here. I'm here. I'm talking to you. Hello.
He didn't respond. I didn't know if it was the delay or what. But I wanted to ask you, when you lived in the Chicagoland area, did you ever listen to KQX? 101?
KQX. That sounds very familiar. I mostly. Oh,
it's Q101.
Well, before it was Q101. Yeah. That was where in the 90s they were playing all the alternative stuff.
Robert Murphy in the morning. You probably heard me on there.
Okay,
listening.
Let's see. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, right on.
I was doing radio in Chicago. I did radio in Nashville. I'm going to start, I know this sounds silly, but I'm going to start a GoFundMe to get me some podcast equipment. I'm going to start my own. I'm tired of working for other people. Plus, I'm on a podcast out here called Rebel Road Radio, which doesn't really do that well. It sucks, but yeah, I want to start my own again. I want to get back into radio. I miss it. I miss it a lot. So I'll let you go now. I talk too much, and I know it.
See you guys.
No, it's all good. All right, great for radio. All right, bye. Yeah. All right, thank you guys for coming up. All right, guys. So we're gonna end it there. I'm gonna wrap it up pretty quick because I gotta go potty. All right. Anyway, love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Thank you for joining me once again. That was fun. I like our Tuesday chat shows. Taking a day off from all the craziness going on and just having some fun. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. And like they always say, at the end of the show, don't you know? Hey, yeah. I'm all shook up.
Me because of my filthy and disgusting habits. I was so shocked, I almost choked on my toenails.
That's so nasty.
So good.
The world's worst thesaurus. Not only is it awful, it's awful.
I've been struggling lately to get my wife's attention. So I just sat down, got comfortable. That did the trick.
Do you know why horses have low divorce rates? They have stable relationships. What the right eye say to the left eye? Between you and me, something smells.
Yesterday I was on a plane and the lunch choices were white chicken meat or German sausage. Unfortunately, I was seated in the last row, so I was hoping for the best, but prepared for the worst.